Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly Fight Council meeting for Fight Underground, and what a historical week it has been. As we told you last week, the fights have gotten underway, and this past week you were able to see the pre-game press conference, the match, and the aftermath, all of the very first Fight Underground fight between AJ Alexander and the Rev Ron Hunt, and we are going to, without a doubt, delve into that tonight as we are live once again with the Fight Council meeting. But as we have in the past, I'm going to start off with a new reveal, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new member to the Fight Council, and we're going to see that reveal right now. But as we have in the past, I'm going to start off with a new reveal, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new member to the Fight Council, and we're going to see that reveal right now. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Feelbad, the head promoter of RWA, has joined Fight Underground. He is now a member of the Fight Council. Fight Underground is just spanning all over the tri-state area. I want to talk to you guys a little bit tonight here. I'm going to start off tonight with a man who's very involved with Mr. Feelbad. Justin Idles joining us tonight. Justin, give us a little bit of your critique of Mr. Feelbad.
Well, I think that's incredible news. Incredible news. Feelbad, another one of Pittsburgh's just phenomenal promoters. Definitely deserves a seat on the Fight Underground Council. He's a great man, and he's got a great mind for this business.
All right, very good, very good. Stacy Hunter has joined us here tonight as usual. She has the past several weeks. Stacy, you're familiar with Dr. Feelbad as well. Let's get your take on that.
I am. I've worked for RWA once or twice. Great locker room. Feelbad came in clutch for us this past weekend. Very excited to see him joining the council.
All right, very good. Bubba Brewer is in the house with us tonight. Now, Bubba, I know you're not as familiar as some of us are with Dr. Feelbad, but you did have a chance to meet him at Fight Night. So I want to get your initial impression of Dr. Feelbad.
Well, what he did on Fight Night was just tremendous. I have been to a couple of his shows, Paul, in West Newton, packed houses. And also, at one time, he tried to help me out when the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation had a disruption, and he came to my aid as he did this past weekend for Fight Underground. So congratulations to him to being a council member for Fight Underground.
All right, very good. Dean Radford, our newest council member as of last week, is in the house with us tonight. Dean, I want to get your perspective on Dr. Feelbad joining the Fight Council.
Dr. Feelbad, I tell you what, Dr. Feelbad and I actually go back a long time. I never was at an RWA show, but before he was the guy who ran RWA, he was the guy who sat in the front row and supported Dean Radford, and I'll never forgive him after I'd walk out sore as hell from a match, usually beating Justin Idol. But either way, he'd always be there for a good shoulder rub and a nice crack at the neck. So I'm cool with Dr. Feelbad.
All right. He could become our resident chiropractor, too, as well, it sounds like, from what Dean's saying. So we're going to push through here now, and we are actually going to begin to talk about the actual first fight in Fight Underground. You had the chance to see it this past week. You saw everything that led up to it. You saw You saw that that pre-fight conference between the Rev and AJ Alexander. You saw the fight itself, in which the Rev Ron Hunt has the distinction of being the man who has the very first victory ever in Fight Underground. And then you saw the aftermath, where myself and a couple other council members grilled each competitor as far as what went down that night. So I am going to go around the room here. Justin Idol, you got one of those looks on your face again tonight, brother. Come on, let's have it.
That is my RBF, Paul. Keep saying I have one of these looks. That's just my face. Okay? Get used to it, because you're going to see it every week. Okay, I got to the match. Sorry. Carried away. I'm just staring at Dean Radford's face. For some reason, Dean Radford's face is the only thing on my screen right now. Can the media guy do something about this? It's driving me insane.
Are you in the bathroom?
Don't start with me tonight, Dean. Do not start with me tonight. That match, the reason I've got this face on, Paul, is because Rev, he didn't really beat AJ. AJ beat AJ. If AJ had used his head and not gone to the top rope, he never would have hurt his leg, which would have in turn cost him the victory. It's AJ beat himself. The Rev came out of it 1-0, yes, but he didn't come out 1-0 because he was the better man. That's all I gotta say. He's definitely not the better man.
Well, I indeed asked AJ Alexander about that. You're right. That was maybe not a smart move on his part to do what he did, and it cost him the match. We all saw that. So, Boomer Payne, you were there watching intently this past week. You were there when we were live. You were there to see all the aftermath that went down. I want to get your thoughts. This was a historic event, man. Tell us what was going through your mind.
It really was. First out, shout out to the Camel crew. This past Saturday was unbelievable. It was great seeing everybody catching up. It was even good to see you, Stacy.
About me,
I have a couple notes, and I'm going to lead this off. Reverend Ron Hunt is a star. He is a star.
I agree.
I'm going to date myself a little bit. And Reverend Ron Hunt reminds me of prime time. Deion Sanders, that's right. That is Reverend Ron Hunt. He carries himself as a star because he is a star. Now, to the flip side, AJ Alexander. I was really impressed with his in-ring abilities. But I came out with one note and one note only. It's a one word. Are you guys ready for this? Uncoachable. He is uncoachable. He is going to be a hard one to deal with here in Fight Underground. Mark my words.
Okay, and I noticed you took notes intensely throughout the entire event, so I'm looking forward to hearing some more of your take on things as we move through with Fight Underground and the subsequent fights that took place. Stacy,
how about that venue? Though? Wow, I think we touched on the atmosphere. That venue, wow, that's all I gotta say.
It was definitely better than your bathroom.
Oh, come on, guys, not tonight.
Justin.
What?
I got two words for you, bro.
What?
Paint color.
Shut up, Paul.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm the host, so I got to keep talking. But
yeah.
So I'm going to move back to you, Stace, before Justin cut you off. To
Again.
Expound on. Yeah. So go ahead, kid.
He cuts me off, and I'm about to sit here and agree with him. AJ did beat AJ. He went up to the top. He got cocky, hurt his leg, then tried to go for the big move, and it all just blew up on him. Yeah, Rev the match, but like I said and Justin said, AJ beat AJ, not really the Rev.
All right. I tend to have to agree with both of you that definitely that was not the thing to be doing. So, Dean Radford, you've had a chance to view all the parts of what went down this week. Let's get your thoughts, man.
First things first, Paul, I'd just like to say I was right. Did you see Rev? Did you see the emotion that came out of him? Now, granted, AJ had a good bit of that match, but it was just like this. Bam! One kick to the jaw. And Rev was able to grab that momentum. Now, yes, AJ may have made a... Justin, were you talking to AJ and giving him some bullet points? Because I'm pretty sure the last time we worked, you hurt your leg, you went up top, did something stupid, and bang, I caught you in Eradicator. It was 1, 2, 3. But anyways, listen, that match, Rev, I'm telling you, that's my guy. That's who I picked last week to be the stud if he could bring it. And he brought it.
Okay. A lot of high praise there from Dean Radford for the man, the Rev. Bubba Brewer, again, you were on hand right there as things transpired. You saw the whole thing. You and I were at that press conference, brother.
I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic because I seen it with my own eyes, and I already know it. And I don't care what the cool cat in the yellow has to say because he's not happy with what I've been saying all week. The Rev just takes the opportunity. Hey, look, AJ went to the top and he messed up, and the Rev capitalized. That's what this business is all about, is capitalizing on opportunity, and the Rev did it. And I'm just so I'm like a kid at Christmas. So I know I'm going to get my naysayers, and I'm going to keep going with the Rev. And I know Justin doesn't like that, but honestly, I don't care what Justin does like at all. So, and I know he's going to have something to say about it because he always does. But I was happy with that. With that match, I was happy with that venue. Fight Underground, that was a historic match, and we can only keep going to the top, guys.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to say, Bubba, I'm going to definitely be one of your naysayers right now.
It's understandable, Paul.
As I said that night, I did not agree with your viewpoint. That's nothing against you. I mean, you do know talent, that is for sure. But as I've stated time and time again, you know, the Rev shows up for that press conference afterwards. He's got the Armani suit. He's got the Invicta watch, pulling up in a car. Just
hey, when you're the winner, hey, that's the flair. You know,
the gold chains around the neck. But once again, I keep hitting the point, and he even knew that. He stated it that night. With the Rev, it's always the sizzle. It's always the sizzle. And yeah, I'm going to say he brought some of that steak this past week. However, that's the first win, and nobody can take that away from him. Nobody will take that away from him.
Well, Paul, do you want a steak or do you want a hamburger? You want a steak?
I want steak, no doubt about that. But I want a steak every night of the week, and that's where I'm getting at. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Will the Rev be able to bring that steak every night of the week, or are we just going to see the gold chains and the Armani suits, and it all go downhill from here? Once the Rev puts a few more under his belt, and he may start to impress Paul Atlas. But like I said, right now, hey, you know, there's a saying, man, blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. That's one victory. Can he keep it up? We're going to have to find out, and Rev's going to have to prove an awful lot to continue that win streak. So now moving on, we are going to talk about, this is our Headlock On segment that we introduced last week. And we are going to go through and we are going to talk about loss prevention Johnny Norris. Now, he was there at the event this past week. You know, a lot of the fighters from Fight Underground were there. Sure, when all of our fans was watching the match this week, you saw the fighters around ringside. You know, because this was not just an opportunity for the match. These guys had a chance to train. Fight Council members there to talk to them. You know, our chance to see some of these guys one-on-one, because you know, we've seen a lot of tape on these guys, but not all of our council members have seen these guys live or had a chance to talk to them. You know, loss prevention. He's a trainee of Quinn Magnum's. Okay, he's a close personal friend of Samich from OSHA Inc. He has actually helped them on several occasions, even winning titles, helping OSHA win titles. Now, Bubba, you brought this up earlier. You've seen his finisher. You've seen it on tape. Go ahead and try to explain to the fans. Try and explain exactly.
I just don't want to take it. Like, I'm glad I'm retired. Let's put it that way. He is a physical specimen, and seeing him up close, he's intimidating. And it was over like that. So I wouldn't want any part of loss prevention if I had to work with him.
Sure. Okay. I mean, the man's big, 6'4", 250 plus pounds. Justin Idol, you know, he's a big man's big man. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I avoided him because I don't know. I mean, from across the warehouse, we made eye contact one time, and he had this look in his eyes, and I just thought to myself, you know what? He's trained by Quinn Magnum, and I have all the respect in the world for Quinn. He's a bad man, and I kept my distance. I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything, but you know, he looks like a good guy. Let's stick with that.
Okay, yeah, you might. Yeah, you are on the active roster too, so you might want to watch what you say because hey, we can make that happen.
He's not
exactly
bad.
What you talk about, Bubba?
I'm just saying.
Just saying. Stupid.
Like I said, we can make that happen if you want to there, Justin. I mean, say the word.
I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth, Paul.
All right. Calm down. Well, at least you're in a good place to have you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what do you mean? What does he mean, Stacey? What does he mean?
I'm staying out of this. This is between you and Paul. You
happens
Paul
every
your
week.
1960s yellow paint.
There you go. Stacey, nobody ever claimed you weren't a smart girl, kid. While I got you, let's get your thoughts on loss prevention.
I seen loss prevention practicing that finisher, and holy shit, that's all I can say. He is the exact type of guy that I would have signed when I was managing. Big, hungry, he got that killer instinct about him. I may actually put the managing boots back on just for him.
Whoa.
There's a bold statement from Stacey Hunter. Going to dust him off to walk loss prevention to the ring. That could be something in and of itself, man. Okay,
Fastest
Dean
way
Radford.
for your career to tank, that's for sure.
I didn't say
what?
Hey.
What?
Easy now.
What?
Justin,
what happened?
Man, I got the contracts. I can fill them out if you want, bro. Hey,
you're breaking up. What?
You wanted to be on the active roster, dude. That's all I can say about that. Dean Radford, save me here, man.
I don't think anything's going to save anything from that mustard yellow wall behind Justin. So, listen, I mean, I've been in the ring with some big boys, all right? And what'd you say? 6'4", 250?
Yeah, and ex-military.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've been in the ring with bigger, so I wasn't really impressed. So,
okay.
I mean, we talk about guys proving it. Hi, Justin. We just talk about people proving their worth. I mean, again, you can be 6'4", 250 and talk all you want, but if you can't back it up, if you get in the ring, ball game. You get in the ring with Justin Idol, you're 30 seconds and out.
What are you? Oh, shoot! No. Stop! I'm gonna leave if you guys keep picking on me. This is 2020. You can't say things like that.
It's called a green screen, bud, not a yellow screen.
What are you talking about? I'm just sitting in front of a white wall.
Yep.
Yes, you are, huh? Boomer Payne, what do you think about loss prevention? You were there for the events. You saw him in the building that night.
Loss prevention is a diamond in the rough. Mark my words. But let's talk about the finisher a little bit. What is it? Oh, the suplex stunner. If you're going to steal from one of the best, and he stole from Chris Hamrick, okay, maybe not stole, he borrowed, leased, whatever you want to say. Here's my question. As big as loss prevention is, can he do that to a bigger opponent? Can he hoist them up, drop them on their chin? Time will tell.
Well, that's true, man. Hey, when big guys, they can have the advantage, but when they're in there with another big guy, just like Dean Radford said, big on big, hey, can he perform that way? But you know what? Here's what I'm going to say about this. I watched the kid train in there a little bit, and I'm going to go back to what I said before. The kid might not have a lot of style. He might not have a lot of glitz and glamour like the Rev does. But, hey, he's a big boy. He brings the heat when he comes to that ring, and I think he's going to be someone to contend with, maybe not out of the gate because he is young. He's got a lot to learn still.
He soaked up the atmosphere. He had a stone-cold face when he was walking around that venue. He was just soaking stuff up. I was paying attention, and he
was. Yeah. He observed everything. You could see him taking the mental notes, and you know what? That comes from being trained by a guy like Quinn Magnum. Quinn was always one to study, make sure he knew what was going on, and loss prevention did that. So again, maybe not right out of the gate, but I'm going to be more impressed with him and his physical abilities, and I just want to see how things transpire as we move along through the ranks of Fight Underground. So.
If he starts hanging from a rafter, dropping an elbow, he's definitely Quinn Magnum.
You never know. It could happen. That is for sure. There were no rafters there that night, at least none low enough. But hey, some of the buildings around here, it could happen. You just never.
You've seen it, Paul.
I have. I mean, hey, he got the size like Quinn did. That's for sure. So. All right, we're going to move in here, and this is a bonus night. We're going to have another council reveal right here.
Another one.
Right now. Right now. We're not waiting to the end tonight. We're going to have another council reveal here. So I know we've got that video queued up. Let's go ahead and roll that reveal right now. All right, there you have it. Robert Parker Williams, RPW. Welcome to the Fight Council. He is no stranger to the Pittsburgh independent scene, both as a competitor and an official. This man has done it all in this business, without a doubt. So we're going to get right into it here. Justin, you got that look again, kid.
No. RPW, I have all the respect in the world for RPW. Way back in the Sportatorium days, if you guys have ever heard of that creepy, dark, scary place.
Rats.
Yes, rats. Many little furry rats. But me and RPW used to go down there and just constantly train. This is when he was a referee, and he wanted to transition into becoming a wrestler, and we used to just train for hours on end, multiple nights a week. Yeah, he's definitely got the drive, and he's definitely hungry for another great addition to the Fight Underground Council.
Okay, very good. Big words of praise for RPW coming from Justin Idle. Dean Radford, I know you're no stranger to RPW.
Nah.
Your thoughts?
Paul, that's a great addition. Known him for so many years. He's one of those guys that I'd like to say I grew up in the business with. We went from young and dumb to old and cripple, I guess. But his mind for the business, he learned from some of the best. And what he brings to the table is just, going to step everything about this company up a notch.
All right. Praise again from Dean Radford here tonight. Stacy Hunter, your thoughts on this new addition to our Fight Council?
I'll keep the praise going. Got nothing but love for RPW. I've been ringside with him, many road trips with him. I've known him since he was like 8 years old and started in this business. Very excited for him to be part of us.
Okay. RPW getting a lot of love here tonight from the council members. So, Bubba Brewer, I don't know how much you do or don't know about RPW.
I do know some because he used to come up this way, Paul. Actually work some matches and actually referee some matches back in the day, and he was an outstanding individual in the locker room. So he's been around, and his knowledge will be beneficial for the Fight Council. So welcome.
All right, Boomer Payne, RPW, he's here, man.
Big news, exciting news, man. RPW joins the council, brings a vast amount of knowledge. Great kid, and I can still call him a kid because he was a kid when I was around. Paul, this is huge, man. RPW, and I can't wait to start sharing some more stories with him.
All right, yeah, I'm going to tell you what, RPW, he's he was mentored by Devil Budokan, God rest his soul. He's been around the Pittsburgh indie scene. He grew up in the Pittsburgh indie scene. You've seen him at ringside as a young kid. As he grew up into his teenage and early 20 years, he got into the business. Like I said before, he's been an official. He's been a competitor as an official. He was always keeping law and order inside that ring. As a competitor, man, I'll tell you what, he is like, in my mind, like a Steven Regal when it comes to ring psychology. The man knows how to transition. He knows how to, move and counter move. He always prepares for his opponents. Having RPW on the fight council is nothing but like two thumbs up, man. And I hope these young fighters understand that this fight council is not just a bunch of old heads sitting around talking about the days of old. We are here. Fight Underground is here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to give these young guys that platform that they need to be seen. This is like something, as you just saw this past week, this is like something that has never been done before. Okay. Where have you ever seen a presentation the way Fight Underground just put on this week? You're getting inside of the minds of the fighters before their match. You're listening to what they're feeling, their strategy. Now they're not going to give it all away, obviously, because nothing's gone down yet. Then you get to see the match itself. And then after that, you get to see them sit down, not only tell their version of what went down, but then they get to talk to the Fight Council members as we ask those questions, as you saw. I mean, this platform here it's the best, not just in Pittsburgh, the tri-state area. There's nothing like this in the country today. So I hope these young fighters understand, we're just not a bunch of grumpy old vets. We are here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to make indie wrestling the top shelf, as it should be. So, I mean, that's exactly what this is all about. So, moving through, we are now going to touch. Hey, every week you're going to see just what you've seen this past week, okay? And we've got another fight coming up this week, just the same as you saw. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you're going to see the pre-fight press conference. You are going to see the match itself. And then you are going to see the fighter's opportunity to sit down with the Fight Council and really get feedback and ask them the hard questions about that match. So this match coming up is going to be the Ring of Honor Dojo graduate Flex Simmons. And he is going up against Arthur MacArthur. He's the throwback to the days of the Carnies. He's old school of old school. And then you have Flex Simmons, the young, brash Ring of Honor Dojo graduate. This is kind of like literally the future meeting the past. So I'm going to start off once again. I am going to start off Boomer Payne. I want to know just what you think about this upcoming matchup.
I'm going to tell you, I was there. I witnessed it live. Boy, this match is exciting. You've got Arthur MacArthur, the throwback to the Carney days, the strong man, against the self-proclaimed best-built wrestler in Fight Underground, and that's Flex Simmons. This match was, let me say, off the chain, brother. Yeah, you do not want to miss this match.
Okay. All right. Dean Radford, what do you think about these two guys? I mean, like I said, it's literally the future of Honor versus the past in that throwback.
Yeah, honestly, Paul, I'm not too familiar with the Arthur MacArthurs, and he's related to some MacArthurs. But Flex Simmons, I've seen around the block a few times, and he brings a strong presence. Obviously, he comes out and thinks he's the biggest man in the building from head to toe. And, I've seen him do some damage in there. So it'll be interesting to see where these two can go, moving forward.
What do you think? I know you don't know the result. I know that. So what do you think? Who do you think's got it?
If I had to roll the dice, I'm going to go with Flex.
Okay. Okay, that's a fair assumption. That's a fair assumption. Bubba Brewer, let's talk about the throwback versus the future.
Well, I do like the throwback Arthur MacArthur, and this match, Paul, is going to be like two rams on top of the mountain, boom, like that. So it's going to be, like Boomer said, it's going to be an exciting match. Flex is a little cocky, a little brash, and you see that in the ring when I watched that, and I was very excited watching that match being there ringside. So both those individuals have something going on in Fight Underground. So it's going to be a clash this week coming up.
All right, very good, very good. Stacey Hunter, I want to get your thoughts on this.
Well, I remember when we first started this, I said I wasn't a huge fan of the whole old style Carney gimmick. But when we were part of Inside Out a couple weeks back, I got to tell you, I became a fan of him. Just the way he talked, what he did, the one finger barbell. This match is amazing. I think the fans are really going to enjoy this.
All right, very good, very good. Stacey Hunter giving her thoughts on the matter. Justin Idol, let's get your thoughts. Like I said, I'm going to keep calling it. It's the future versus the throwback.
Yeah, actually, I'm in the same situation as Dean. I didn't see the match, during the event because I was busy in the back mentoring a couple fighters, we'll say. But I am so.
No, you weren't.
Dean, this is my chance to talk. I don't get many chances. This is mine. You had yours. This is mine. Shut up! Jeez.
He's just trying to take the attention away from that background of yours.
It's so much
headache.
I swear.
You guys. Okay. What are we talking about? What do
You should go in the front.
Your bathroom.
Arthur, yeah, your bathroom, yeah. Oh no, Arthur MacArthur and Flex Simmons. Come on,
Arthur MacArthur. I'm so impressed with the guy. One finger, 50 pounds, one finger. Plus he wears a bear. That's pretty cool in my book. Arthur MacArthur all the way.
All right, the animal lover, Justin Idol.
You're funny.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with him, man. I got a whole house full of animals myself. Try to give the guy a compliment. Look what happens, huh?
He can't take it.
I know. So I'm going to chime in a little bit about this match here. Like I said, you've got the future and Flex Simmons, Ring of Honor Dojo. Let's not kid each other. You don't just get invited to that. You've got to have something. You've got to exhibit something special. Ring of Honor is just not going to take any jabroni off the street. So the kid's obviously got something there. I have seen his one or two matches of his on occasion. He's workable. The kid is definitely workable. Now, and what can you say about Arthur MacArthur? God, you can't say it. It's like a mouthful. But hey, he's the throwback. I mean, he's like the days of the Carnies, man. The strong man. He's going to ring the bell with one hand. He's going to the one finger barbell. I mean, geez, and this is the thing about Fight Underground. Look at the variety of fighters that we have. We've got old school, we've got new school, we got middle school, we got Justin who should be in preschool. I mean, come on, it's Fight Underground. Hey, he's an active competitor. What can I say? He wanted to be on the roster. Hey, Justin, if you're still listening, could sign that contract with loss prevention anytime you want, man. It'll be good. So, but no, getting back to the matches itself, all I can say is, fans of Fight Underground, you need to tune in this week coming up. And the week is actually going to start off on Sunday with our Inside Out program hosted by Brandon Kay. Took a week off last week, little Father's Day present to all the fathers on Fight Underground. We gave them the week off, but we're going to be coming back with Inside Out for sure. That's going to kick our week off. And then Monday, just like you just saw this past Monday, we are going to have that pre-fight press conference with Flex and Arthur. They're going to have a chance to sit there side by side with Jim LaMotta in the middle and talk about and prepare for that fight coming up. Then that fight will be on Tuesday night, just like it was this past week. After that, again, the aftermath. the press conference, they're both men are going to sit down. You're going to see the winner. You're going to see the loser. You're going to have a chance for the Fight Council to talk to these guys. I can't say this enough, how innovative and new and unique that Fight Underground is. This is like nothing else you've ever seen. And then, I can tell you what, you want to see this matchup. I can tell you that right now. You want to see this matchup because these guys are what Fight Underground is all about. It's the past mixed with the present and the future. And that's what you're going to see in this match coming up. So tune into our social media platforms all this week, beginning Sunday night. Look for the times, look for the videos, look for the matches. You're going to have everything you could possibly want coming out of this. I am going to do a little something now. I'm going to throw this to Boomer Payne. Boomer, you got something you kind of want to talk about here, and kind of almost kind of a reveal yourself here. So I'm going to let you have the mic right now, and you can bring us in and bring us home.
Well, yeah. How about these posters, guys? Man, I love me some me. I love, and Justin, don't worry. I'm going to send these up to you for next week, and then they won't bust your balls about your background.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
It'll look good on the Pittsburgh Gold.
Yeah, that's all right.
Love me some me. But
That's
you know
mustard.
what? There is one person that I love a little bit more.
Zeke Mercer?
And, now,
Hey, that's your buddy.
I have been working extremely hard, and we are really, really close to signing this deal. We just got to cross the I's and dot the T's. But this is big news, I think, for the Virago division. And these ladies here, although I was very, very impressed, and you know that I've been out here and I'm saying, I think Charlie Cruel is the dark horse. I think Charlie Cruel is the sleeper. No more. Are you ready for this? I went out and could have possibly signed one of the biggest female competitors in the United States. She's won more titles than Paul Atlas has been alive, right? The years that Paul's been alive.
Oh,
and
well, that's saying something.
I am talking about the one and only Casey Carlisle.
Oh, wow.
Could be coming to Fight Underground. We are inches away from inking that deal.
That is huge. That is huge. I know Casey. I've talked to her on many occasions. Former NWA Women's Champion. Like you said, titles up and down. This young lady is very impressive. And our ladies are impressive right now, but this just took it up another notch. So let's see that reveal. And we're having a little bit of difficulty here, so we're not going to see the reveal just yet. But again, I'm nothing but praise for Casey Carlisle. Dean Dalton, I don't know if you've seen much going on with Casey.
Who's Dean Dalton?
kayfabe mother.
My screen. Yeah, change your name on the screen, man.
Yeah, idiot.
You're killing me.
Listen, Boomer, $19.99. Is that what those cost behind you?
Yeah, try $100 a piece, baby.
All right, let's all
No, Dean, don't say it. Don't say it, Dean. Shut up, Dean.
Let's all pitch in. Early Christmas present for Justin.
I'll
we'll get
$10.
a huge board of Mr. Wink.
Goodbye, guys. I'm out.
Listen.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Dean, I didn't know anybody could set him up like that. That's phenomenal, brother.
You're all
welcome.
You're all welcome.
Thank you.
Justin Idol has left the building.
But I've seen
the building.
I've seen her work once, cut some of the NWA stuff, but that's a great addition. The women's division just keeps growing, and I'm a huge fan of the women's division. Not so much the intergender stuff, but just more like seeing the women fight the women and seeing the true value come out of the women, not just on a higher level, but on an independent level too. I mean, there's some just great talent out there. So this is a good addition to Fight Underground.
All right, Stacy Hunter. I know you know the girls in the Virago division really well. What do you think about the addition of Casey Carlisle?
I also know Casey Carlisle very well. I've been on many shows with her. I've had the opportunity to work in the ring with her. She's a tough bitch, and the Virago division just went up a notch.
All right. Bubba Brewer, what do you think?
Oh, just having her on the roster now has stepped it up as a former ladies NWA world champion, because I seen her. She actually defended her title on one of my throwback championship wrestling shows. So, ladies, now, ladies, you're going to have to realize that there is somebody else now stepping in to the Fight Underground, and it's going to be game on for all the ladies now. So that's Boomer, great job. Hats off to you.
All right, I've got to agree. I have got to agree. This young lady is something else. She has, she's made a name for herself in this division, and for Fight Underground to ink this deal would just be huge. So that's about all the time we've got for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, look for the week upcoming, starting Saturday or Sunday night with our Inside Out program, and then look for all of the matches, the pre and post coming up this week. And then next Thursday, we will be back here for the Fight Council meeting, and we will discuss the week that was and the week that will be. So thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. Council, thank you for being here and offering your advice and expertise. All I could say now is it's Fight Underground, baby. Fists up, throw down.